Hello, it's Yuko. こんにちは、ゆうこです。I wanted to share what happened during one of my practice sessions of craniosacral biodynamics. クラニオっていうエネルギーワークの練習セッションの最中に起こったことをシェアしたくて今日は撮ってます。I visited one of my friend's place for us to practice the sessions.クラニオの練習をするために友人のお宅にお伺いしたんですけど I received one first まず私が受けて and when my friend had her hands underneath my head here, to touch my occipital bone私の頭の下にこう手を置いて I was lying on my back 私は仰向けに寝てたんですけどでこの後頭骨に彼女が手を置いてたんですね And after a while、my head started moving very slowly like thisある時を境に私の頭がこうやってゆっくりと動き始めたんですね。I had my eyes closed. 私は目を閉じてたんですけど。And she said it's happened before to other people and to herself too. So she knew what was going on, sort of. 彼女はこういう体験があったので何が起こってるか分かってたというかだったんですけど。It was、my first time. And it was I have had my hands move a little bit or something else moving but not like this much like this was so noticeable and so intriguing and it went all the way here でここまで行ってこう and then it stopped and it started coming back like thisでそしてこうやって戻ってったんですね And I was so glad at first because I thought maybe the head was gonna turn 360 degrees, 360度回転しちゃったらどうしようみたいにも感じてたのでちょっとほっとしたんですけど And then it、kept on going this way all the way at this speed I think だいたいこれぐらいのスピードで今度はこっちにずっと最後まで行ったんですねで彼女にはこういう経験があったけど私は初めてだったのでちょっと手が動くとか本当にこう分かるか分かんないかぐらいに動いたことはあったけどここまではっきりと動いたのは初めてだったのですごく驚いていて And then it went back and actually it was like really slow but anyway it went like、2 rounds and then it came back hereで2周してここの状態に戻ってきて We were like, oh, what's gonna happen now? It stopped 今止まったけど次は何だろうって思ってたら And then my head started going this way on the bed で頭が今度はこっちに反り上げていって It went as far as it was able to 行けるとこまで行ったんですね And then it came back そしてそれが頭が戻ってきてAnd then it went the other way. 今度はこっちに行ったんですね。And then back. でこうやって戻ってきたっていうそういう体験をしてものすごいゆっくりとものすごくはっきりと動いたので、it was so noticeable and even with my eyes closed, I knew I wasn't moving anything. It wasn't my will.私は操作してると思うんです私は操作をしてなくて体が勝手に動いてったんですよね And that's when it reminded me of sometimes you see it on TV like a flower blooming but it's fast forwarded so that you can see the actual movement, or some sort of a plant, a bud is popping out the soil, and then reaching out. That sort of movement I was reminded of. なんかこうテレビでたまにお花が咲くのを早送りで再生されてこう広がっていくのが見えたりとか、あと芽がこう地面からポンって芽を出してこう自由にこう伸びやかに上に伸びていくのとかあるじゃないですか。ああいう映像を見てるような、それと同じような感覚で私のこう体が動いていて、 and that's how my body moved. It felt like, and I was like, I thought this, I choose to be here. I thought, I live every day. I'm the one who's controlling my body, but then no, I am given life, and I am part of the universe, and universe has some sort of energy that's actually taking care of my body, ruling my body, sort of. 宇宙の摂理みたいなものがその花とかに見られる、植物とかに見られるようなそのエネルギー、その神秘的なこう力っていうのが私の中にもちゃんとこうあるんだっていうのをそういう時にすごく感じるんですよね。And that's one of the greatest things about craniosacral biodynamics. You get to experience that, それがクラニオの素晴らしいところで、その宇宙の神秘がここの中にあるっていうことを感じられる、そのセッションを受けるだけで感じられるっていう、本当は常に感じていられるものなんだけど、誰もが。でもその感じることを忘れてしまっている私たちにはが見逃してしまうようなもので、でも目を向けると実はそういうダイナミックな動きもしてくれるという。These movements, we're not aware of, anybody can feel this, anybody can experience this, but we don't pay attention to that kind of thing, because we don't realize that that sort of thing exists. And so you get to experience that easily with craniosacral biodynamics, and that's one of the things that I love about it. And yeah, I just feel so thankful. すごくこう感謝の気持ちで溢れるんですよね。Like the universe or whatever it is, the breath of life or whatever is taking care of my body, taking care of me, なんかこうブレスオブライフと呼ぶのか、何かしらのそのエネルギー、宇宙とか全部にある同じ力が私の体にも働いていて生かされているっていう、その感覚がとても素晴らしいなと思って、 and I just wanted to share that with you today. それをちょっとシェアしたかったんですね。And today I went and met another friend of mine. 今日また別の友人に会ってきたんですけど、 and when I talked about this experience and asked her if she wanted to try out craniosacral biodynamics. このクラニオの体験の話をして体験してみたいか聞いてみたんですよ。その動きをとかじゃなくて、そのクラニオそのものをちょっとやってみるって聞いてみたら、やりたいっていうことで、クラニオのことをもちろん全然知らなくて、And just like me, she thought cranial. When she heard the word cranial, it sounded sort of like what do you call them? Some kind of name of a creature, なんかこう、なんていうんですか、生物の名前だと思ったみたいな反応で、私もそう思った初めみたいな感じで、なんかいるじゃないですか、クラニオみたいな、なんだっけあれ、こうやって泳ぐやつanyway, so we went to a place where she could lie down, and I gave her one session, and 彼女 とその彼女が落ち着いて横になれる場所に行って、で私がそのセッションをしたんですけど、 and she, even though she didn't know anything about craniosacral biodynamics, she was able to feel energy. クラニオのこと全然知らない彼女もエネルギーを感じることができて、 She said her left hand, she felt some kind of energy going around clockwise, in her left hand. この左手の中でこう、エネルギーがこう、時計回りに動いているのを感じてたみたいです。 And then I had my hands underneath her heels. 彼女のかかとの下に私が手を入れてたんですけど、 And she had her legs spread out like this. で彼女は足をこうやって開いて寝転がってたんですけど、仰向けで、lying on her back. And then all of a sudden her legs just started moving like this, you know, like opening up. And because I had my hands on the floor, and then she started moving on, I'm like, whoa! で私はそう彼女の足がこういきなりこうやってグググググって開いてったんですよ。で私はその彼女のかかとの下に手を置いてたので、なんかかかとと床の間で手がおーみたいななって、and then it stopped, and then it started going outward again. でまたそこで止まった後でまたこう開いてって、 and then I noticed on her thigh, on her right thigh, 彼女のもも、これ私の腕だけどももだとして、この筋肉がこう開く前に筋肉が浮き上がったんですよね。I saw her muscle sort of becoming very prominent before her legs started moving, especially on her right leg or right thigh. I saw that muscle sort of like rising, you know, and then it started moving. So it was like, なんでそれがなんかこう人がこう動かす時となんか違ったんですよ。先にこっちが動いてから動くみたいな。So it was sort of like it's different from how we move our legs, or because maybe I've never seen anybody, I've never paid attention to that sort of movement before. I don't know, but it didn't look like she was moving it. Of course she wasn't moving it, something else was moving her legs, but so her muscle moved first, and then it's sort of like her muscle was raised, and then the legs got spread apart. そうなんでこう筋肉が持ち上げられてから足が開いていった感覚が見ててあって、and that's what I saw, and that was pretty interesting, you know. すごいそれも面白かったですね。And yeah, and she enjoyed it, I enjoyed it, and that's what I wanted to share today. And she was the one who taped me whirl. That's not on the YouTube, that's on my Instagram and Facebook, but anyway, 私がインスタと Facebook で旋回するのをちょっと素人ながら旋回するのを彼女に撮ってもらったんですけどThank you, Mio. So anyway, that's it for today. Thank you for watching. ご視聴ありがとうございます。ご視聴ありがとうございます。I'll see you another time. Bye.